Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Babylon Kidcast. I am Shreya Pandey, your host for today, and today I have a very special guest here with me, Unisha Khadka. Hi, Unisha.
Hi Shreya,
How have you been doing today?
I am doing pretty fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm
Yes.
very pleased to hear that you're doing good.
Yes.
So, since we both moved on to the 10th grade, how would you rate your experience so far?
I would say 10th grade is exactly what you expect it to be. It's not really like, all like butterflies and rainbows. It is really hectic. Time management is a skill that one must have, especially when you're in grade 10. Like managing your academics, managing your extra stuff, managing your homeworks, managing your sleep schedule. I think it does take a toll on, our mental and physical health.
Yes,
Yeah.
I everyone assumes 10 is hectic, and it is. Like, we've got SE at the end of
Mm-hmm.
this year,
Yeah.
and it's really pressurizing, but it's fun at the same time. So, do you just think SE is like for funsies, or are you nervous about it? Are you excited about it? Or
Yeah, I feel like I am very, very nervous about SE. I mean, there is an aspect that you can be excited about it. Like it is an exciting part of our life because, like, you like move on to a new chapter of your life. You like it's fun. It's exciting to think about, but it's really nervousing because you have been studying your whole school lives, like more than a decade for just this one exam. Like what is this called, iron gate or something, right?
yeah.
You have to pass this, you have to like achieve good grades, and you are like moving on to a new portion of your life. Like it's completely new, so like yeah, I'm really, really nervous about it.
So, are you just like nervous, or are you pretty excited about the fact that you're gonna be done with your school life?
I mean, school life is something that you can't really hate or love either, in my opinion, because there are portions that you're like, oh no, I will be leaving school soon, my school life will end, I will miss this. There are parts where you feel like that, but like sometimes you're like, can I just get done with this
Yeah.
kind of stuff? But I would say I'm pretty excited as well because after I see we have a lot of holidays, I assume.
Yeah.
So like in that holidays, I have made a lot of plans that I want to do.
So, except for your studying
Yeah.
portion of your life, how else do you have fun and enjoy the time you're spending right now?
I feel like there's not really much extra time you get over here, right? But like our school provides like a break between the normal school hours and the tuition hours, like around like 1 hour or something. And that time I enjoy with my friends. Like they provide me great company, so I think that's one way that you can keep your mind fresh, relaxed.
Yeah, so talk about your friends. How
Yeah.
how how do you think your social life is?
I think my social life, I am pretty active in my social life. I generally tend to talk a lot and talk to a lot of new people, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just who I am. Okay, I have to express myself. I can just keep quiet. So like yeah, my social life is doing great. I have a great circle of friends right now, who are very supportive and loving. So like that's how it is.
So, your friends, have
Yeah.
they been with you for long, or did you just get to know them in the 10th or ninth?
No, like I have known all my friends. I have been studying in the school for a really long time, and so have been my friends. So like, obviously we got to know each other way back, right? But like, there are friends I developed bond with someone in grade 5, someone in grade 7, someone in grade 8. But like, we just all come together, because it's like the final year, so we all have to stick with each other, stick to each other.
Yeah, that's what friends are for,
And
right?
that is what friends are for.
So, since you told me that you've been here for a long time,
Yeah.
are there any great memories that you made at this school, or
Well, I have been in the school for like I don't know, like 10 years now, yeah. I came here in grade UKG, right? So obviously there will be a lot of great memories. Oh, okay. So I think one of the greatest memory that I will look back to is when our school took us to Chitlang for grade 9 scout camp.
yeah.
It was awesome because we got to share like a tent with our friends, and like the nature was amazing. It was so healing, so refreshing. And
Yeah.
like I feel like they say the journey is more better than the destination itself. I felt that because the destination is what you can see every day, anytime, right? The destination will remain the same, but the journey will be different every single time. So the journey with my friends was definitely one of my favorite experiences in the school so far.
Wow. So you went to one of the greatest places. You saw
Yeah.
one of the bestest views with your friends. That's
Yeah.
a really good memory you have
Yeah.
with your
What more
friends.
could I want?
Yeah. What more? What more could you ask for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So since you have been here for a long time, what do you think about the teachers? What do you think about the studies?
Well, I think the teacher, the teaching staff, the teaching community, they have like fostered a great environment for us students to, like progress in. Like the environment they cultivated for us is, I feel like, it's one of the best you can possibly get. And their teachers are really supportive. That's the one thing that I noticed. Like each teachers in their own subjects, they are like very supportive towards the content matter. Not only the content matter, but they're also really, they also look forward to helping us in out of content matter. They're so passionate about teaching. That's what I really like about our school's teaching staff.
Yes, like the teaching committee is just so nice. Like
Yeah.
they care for not just for your physical health, your mental health as well. Anytime anyone's looking a little bit down, they're always asking and they're always wondering. So I think it's a really good committee we have at our school, right?
Yeah, I really like our science teacher.
Yeah, he's really interesting.
Yeah, and no, he really is a great teacher. I feel like he's definitely my favorite teacher. We are talking about teachers, so yeah, he's my
Yeah.
favorite teacher.
Yes, he's really smart and
Yeah,
yeah, he's teaches science. Like that's the most interesting fact of him
and
at
he's like
all.
genuinely passionate and genuinely interested in that field.
Yes.
That's what inspires me because he's really like friendly as well. He just feels like a normal person to us rather than like really somewhat intelligent, like high intellectual person who we can't talk to. We can't reach the level of
Yeah.
him. And that's what I like about him.
So, would you
He's-
consider him
yeah.
as one of your role models in the school?
Yeah, like he's like really humble. That's what I really like about him, right? So I would. He really inspires me a lot. And I feel like my role model in the school will be a lot of teachers because all the teachers are also like equally as inspiring as him. I feel like our Nepali Guru Ama. I feel like she's
Yes.
also a great teacher.
Yes.
I really like people who are into like the Nepali field. So like I have like a thing for them. So like yeah, I really like her too.
So you're into Nepali field. So,
Yeah.
like, do you think do you have any role models other than our school in the Nepali field?
I have my mother.
Oh, you have your mother. Does she inspire you with a lot of things you do or with your
Yeah.
studies?
Like she is the woman that I look up to in like everything in life, like everything. Whenever I'm like in some kind of confusion or something, I think what would my mother do in this situation?
Ah.
Like she really inspires me a lot because she's such a great woman, right? Coming from her childhood to till now, I feel like all she does is inspire me, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's what mothers do, right? They
Yeah.
take care of you and they don't ask for any of it back. So,
Yeah, she's such a loving mother, but the thing is, I don't live with her. I don't stay with her, right? Like, but so I don't. Yeah, I like her a lot. Like she's a great mother, but more than a mother, I feel like she's such a great woman. Like in professional field, she does such a good work, and like she really inspires me to be like her in the professional field. I really inspire her. I really like look up to her because like she's like so outgoing and she's really that all that. She's all that.
yeah, she's all that.
Yeah.
I would love to meet your mother one day, but
Yeah.
other than your role models, other than the school, other than your experiences, do you do anything else for fun, like except for studying?
Except for studying. I do a lot of things except for studying, because what I do most is nowadays, like I have started to write, Shreya.
You've started to write.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Yeah. The thing is, Shreya, in grade 9, I think you remember we were like book buddies and stuff. We used to read a lot.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, and like I used to read a lot in grade 9 because there was like so much free time you could like there was so much free time so you could like read anything you want, right? So I used to utilize that time by reading a lot of like out content book and stuff. But in grade 10 you don't really have that much of a time, so like I utilized the littlest time by just writing poems.
You write poems. That's literally so cool. But
Yeah.
what kind of poems do you write? What kind of genre are you into?
Well, I like to write poems with like metaphorical meaning. I like to compare things that are completely unrelated to each other but yet still are the same kind of.
Oh, so
Yeah.
since you write like that, like, do you read the same books or are you in a total different genre in the book section?
Well, I don't really read poem books, like like collection of poems because I feel like I could never understand someone else through their poems, because I feel like poem like even if I write a poem and like you read my poem and how I read it, it's like completely different, because I feel like you could differ it in so many ways, so many ways. So like you can't really. I think I can't understand what the poets actually mean by their poems. So I don't like reading poems. I feel like I'm too like dumb to understand them. So like I like reading fictional books.
Oh, fictional books. You like
Yeah.
reading fictional books? Wow. So what was in the fiction genre? Like, who's your favorite writer?
Well, my fictional genre, I feel like you don't have to have a favorite writer, because you don't what they say. You don't like the art by the artist. You like the art
Yeah.
by the art. So like there are a lot of people who write really well in the fictional genre. Like they write the book so well that you feel like you're like completely teleported to a new world. Like you're just
Yes.
living there. You're just a character up there.
Yeah, a writer
Yeah.
and a reader live so many lives, right?
Yeah. It is truly amazing.
Yeah. So since you like write metaphorical things and you read fictional books, those are two completely different like worlds, right? So how do you feel a connection in between them, or no?
Well, Shreya, right? Metaphorical things and fictional things aren't really two pages like of different books. They are like, if you like read it, if you dive deeper, it's like pretty same. You have to see the connecting link between them, because metaphorical things, it isn't like you only have to compare like non-fictional things with each other. Metaphorical is fictional. You compare things that are completely unrelated to each other. Like for example, you compare like the clouds with like stuff, right? Like you
Yeah.
like you compare so much different things, and it is fictional in somewhat aspect, because they cannot be compared with each other. They don't look the same, they don't have the same characteristics, so it is fictional in that part as well. So I see the connecting link, so it is not that hard, that difficult of a deal to like understand the both worlds.
So since you like read two completely different but kind of similar like
Yeah.
books and write the same thing, so do you have anyone you can bond over with this connection, or do you think there's like no one else?
No, like I readers, readers all around the world, they have something to bond about. Obviously, they read stuff, and that is the thing. If they read, they have something to bond over, because that's the main thing about being a reader. You just like read. It doesn't matter what you read. It doesn't matter who you read about. It's just that you read. Okay, you read. Okay, I also read, and we are like definitely bonding. But I feel like if you have to bond with someone in like a really deep like stuff, like really deep meaning, really deep way, you have to have people who share the same reading interest as you. I feel like there are a lot of people in the world who share the same reading interest as me. So it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that you are a really cool person, and what you do, what you read, what you write is like a really cool aspect of you.
Yeah.
But rather than reading and writing, do you watch movies? Do you watch shows?
Oh yeah, I love movies. You don't know how much I love movies. Like it's like they are presenting a whole new visual aspect for you. Like something especially when the books get converted to movies and series. It's like you imagine a world with the book characters, and then you watch the movie, and it's like you're comparing stuff, and it's like so amazing. I really like movies a lot.
Yeah, movies and books. I feel like they're like best friends on another level.
Yeah,
So
they have had to be best friends in like past life or something.
yes, you
Yeah.
speak truth so much. And
Yes.
anyways, like moving back on with the books,
Yeah.
what do you think your top 5 books are, or top 3?
Well, I feel like my favorite book is, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Oh yes, I know that book.
Yeah, I feel like I really like that, because it really like shows, like the reality of Hollywood. Like not the reality, but I wouldn't say the reality, because obviously it's a fictional book. It's like somewhat fabricated here and there, but I think it really depicts Hollywood industry well, right? And other books, I don't really classify books, because I feel like when I start giving books rating and classifying them into order, it feels like I just like lose the actual quality, the actual value of the books, the content within, if I'm just like specifying it, if I'm just like marking them on the basis of the content within or something. But I like that book. Jennifer Niven, you know her?
Yes, I know her
Yeah.
actually.
Oh yeah, you recommended her to me.
I did.
Yeah, I in grade 8 or something, you told me to read one of her books, and I read one of her books, and I was like so into her books, so I read another one as well. What were her books? Breathless.
Oh, yes, she usually writes rom-com, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like an island stuff.
Yeah.
And like Breathless, and her other book. like about the mental health issues with Finn. You know, that book.
I actually, yeah,
No, it's like yeah.
I think you told me about it,
I
like in
did
ninth
them.
grade. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommended it to you. I mean, it's all mental health issues, right? They're like two teenagers who are like completely different, you know, like yet they have like these sheer mental issues, and it is about like mental health awareness book. So like I feel like she's also a really 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 great writer, and obviously I like Sissy Fool, Serious you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like worldwide popular book, not worldwide, Nepal. You know, I feel like every Nepali reader has to have read that book like one time in their life.
Yes. Like, what other Nepali books are you into? I've been starting to get into Nepali books, and I really want recommendations. So
I feel like if you want to start Nepali books, you know, when you start Nepali books, it's like so complicated. I feel like it's so vastly different from English literature books,
yeah,
because in English, I feel like we have adapted to learning and reading English books so much that, like, you know, even the hardest, even the toughest book seems like an easy deal for us. But for Nepali, like, every book I feel like has such a complicated vocabulary that you can't really comprehend. So I feel like if you want to start reading Nepali books, you kind of have to start from the basics, you know, like, because I feel like you just can't jump into the higher levels, the higher authors, you know, without learning the basic stuff first. I mean, reading books is not about learning those, you know, those stuff and, like, you know, complying by the rules. But I feel like if you really want to read, if you really want to understand, you have to do that.
yeah. I generally think reading has no rules or
Yeah.
regulations. It should be. It's like,
It's just reading.
yeah, it's just reading. Like, it's
Anyone can
just
read.
writing. It's just reading. There's no rules. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be perfect at it.
Yeah.
You can be at your own pace. Like, that's what I think makes us connect, because we both like reading so
Yeah.
much. So I think that's why we're good friends because of
Yeah.
that.
And you know, Shreya, like, the thing about hobbies is that you don't have to be good at it to make it your hobby. You know, like, you don't have
Yeah.
to be the perfect dancer to make dancing your hobby. You don't have to be like the worldwide talented painter, you know, Vincent van Gogh, to make painting your hobby. You don't have to be any of those things. You just, if you like something, that's your hobby. You just work on it. I really
Yes.
see it.
Like, you just enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's no other thing. Like, it's your hobby for a reason,
Yeah,
right?
hobbies are just meant for enjoyment, for recreational purposes, you know.
Yeah, it's literally just enjoyment.
Yeah.
So, moving back with books, I
Yeah.
actually wanted to ask you your favorite author about with Nepali books.
My favorite author in Nepali book is Biseswar Prasad Koirala.
Oh.
You know that, you know, Biseswar Prasad Koirala. The thing is, he really inspires me, not only in the literature aspect, but, like, you know, like him as a person overall. Because I feel like, you know, he has like completely two different identities, right? BP Koirala in politics and Biseswar Prasad Koirala in literature.
Yeah.
So like, I I as a little kid, you know, I was really interested in politics. I used to think it was like really big of a deal, like, you know, it was something that I was like genuinely interested in. So when I looked up to him, when I first found out about him, I was like, wow, he's a man, such a big man in both of the worlds. Imagine how inspired I was by him. Okay, so like,
Yeah.
he is the person that I look up to. And Jama Kumari Gimiri, obviously.
Yes, Tama
Yeah.
Kumari, give me this.
The thing is, she is such a great person, you know, like, she got diagnosed with cerebral palsy at such a young age, yet she is what she is today, you know.
I actually don't know her story that well. I just know she had cerebral palsy when she was really young,
Yeah.
and she started writing books with her feet, and
Yeah,
she
started writing with her feet, like her toes, like, and she didn't get like education because, you know, she was obviously diagnosed with cerebral palsy. But at home, she was like take, you know, like copies and pens of her siblings, and she was like write by them. And you know, she said her biggest support in her life was her grandmother. So yeah, and then she wrote a lot of stuff, and like, she's so inspiring, and she is, I feel like, you know, a person that you can definitely look up to if you are a woman in the literature field.
Yes, Tamakumar Gimide has been such a helping hand to so many people. Like, so many people come out with their art, come out with their literature.
Yeah.
I just think she's one of the greatest women that ever lived, actually.
Yeah, like, she really inspired generation of Nepali women who are interested in literature.
Yeah, like, so many people are comfortable with their literature, with their writing, because of Tamakumar Gimide.
Yeah, and like, she proves that if you are passionate in something, if you want to do something, there is no barrier that is like, stopping you. Nothing is
Yes.
withholding you from achieving what you truly desire in life. It's just you have to make up your mind, you have to work towards it. There's nothing such as, oh, I can't do it because I have this, oh, I can't do it because I don't have this. No, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, like she proves that there is no barriers, there are no
Yeah.
rules, there are no fences to cross. Like she does all of that thing. So, anyways, moving
Yeah.
back with BP Koirala, you said he was into politics as well, and you were really inspired that he had two faces in the world.
Yeah.
So, what do you have any interest in the politics right now,
Well,
or
the thing is, when I was a kid, because I was like really interested in politics. I was really interested in the political background of like our country, the world in general, right? Like I felt like it was such a big deal that our country had such politics. I thought it was really big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but I feel like now I feel like I'm slowly realized that there's nothing I can really do. I am not even a citizen yet, right? I don't even
yeah,
have the right to vote. So like there's nothing I can really do right now except just be aware about the stuff, be aware about the situation and scenarios of our country, and try to make other people aware. That's the responsibility I have right now. But when I have like a citizenship and like voting card or something, I definitely want to, like dive deeper, not that deep to that extent, but I want to see what the politic world is really all about.
so since you're so passionate about politics and since you like it so much, do you think you'll continue your career with that path, or a completely different path?
No, no, no. I don't think I'll go with the politics. I mean, it is, everyone has something they dream about, something right, like that, right? The politics is just like a distant dream for me. It's just like something I will look on to the big screen and be like, oh yeah, that's nice. No, that's not nice, kind of thing. But like, I kind of want to be involved in that world, right? But on the very, very surface level. So I don't think I will really have like a career on it based on you said.
Yeah.
I'm just an interested person, not anything like that.
So since you're not going in the politic path
Yeah.
either, so do you think you'll continue with your writing path, the reading path, or is there something else you've got in mind?
Well, I have got a lot of things in mind. I feel like that's the thing as young girls, you just have a lot in mind.
Yes.
You want to be a writer one day, you want to be a painter another day, you want to be a dancer another day, you want to be an actress another day, then again, you want to be a social activist the other day, you want to be a lawyer the other day. You want to achieve so much in life, and you want to just achieve so much in life, you want to be so much in life. So I feel like that's what I want. I want to achieve so much in life. But obviously, one cannot do all, one cannot be at all places. So like I've really thought deep into like what I want to do, because I feel like the time for me right now is to just enjoy what I can do, not what I will do, kind of stuff. Like I will have to enjoy what I can do, not I can't really think of the future this soon, I feel like.
Yeah, now it's just a really hectic time. Like
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of time to think about it because SE is coming, and there's so many
Yeah.
things we want to do, but we have such limited time, right?
Yeah.
So since now you don't really know what you're gonna do, but you know so much that you wanna do.
Yeah.
What was your dream as when you were a child?
When I was a child, I had a lot of dreams. I had a lot of dreams. I mean, it is really common as a kid to have a lot of dreams. I had like a different dream every day. I really wanted to be the president of our country once.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to be the president. I thought that, like, if I become the president of our country, I will change the face of our country and stuff. I represent the country on an international level and stuff. And the other day, I wanted to be a doctor again. I wanted to help the, poor souls. I wanted to treat them freely and stuff. And then again, another day, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write such a book, such a heart-crushing book that will, like, inspire generations of people. And, like, Romeo and Juliet, like,
Yes.
it's been, like, hundreds of years. And, like, we all still read it. We all think it's, like, the greatest literature piece and stuff. And Muna Madan, we all still look up to it. I wanted to write, like, that kind of book, like, like, for young girls like me in the future to see and look and be like, oh, I want to write this book. I wish I could have written this book, kind of stuff.
So since it was only like your major dreams as a child were mostly politics and writer.
Yeah, like, and I really wanted to be a social activist as well. Shreya, like, I was so interested in social activism. Like, I had like a little group of kids from our locality, and we used to like clean the locality every week.
Wow.
Yeah, and like, I really wanted. Why I decided to do that? Because I wanted to be like awarded by the community.
Wow. So that's a great thing you did when you were a child. Like
Yeah.
most children nowadays. And when I was a child as well, I was mostly on my phone. Like, you had the guts to do that. That's really cool of you.
Yeah, but like I was just a kid. It didn't really last long. We just like did it for like a month and then we stopped because we were just kids. What more could you expect? We didn't have any kind of like like support or anything. I mean, we don't need support, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, so when you were a child, you had a lot of dreams, right?
Yeah.
So did you have someone inspiring you to have so many dreams, or was it just your surrounding, your environment?
Well, always feel like as humans, we are social animals, right? We just adapt into the society, we just adapt into our surroundings. Like whatever surrounds us, we try to be like them. So like, like a lot of people are in my surrounding. A lot of people surround me. They're in the environment, and these people, each one have different personalities. Each one have different dreams, aspiration, professions. So I feel like my dreams, my aspirations were made from each piece and piece of them, like their
Yeah.
dreams made my dream kind of stuff.
Yeah, so you had a lot of people that
Yeah.
encouraged you to dream on, right?
Yeah.
So except for like these dreams or anything, what are you certain about that you like really want to
Oh.
do?
Something I really want to do in life is to travel. I feel like
Yeah.
the world is such a big place. It has so much to offer you, right? And like we are humans, obviously. If the world is offering us, we have to take it. So I feel like I really, really want to travel in life. I want to see. I want to see the. I want to see everything. I want to see the oceans. I want to see the mountains. I want to see the deserts. I want to see everything the world is offering us. Like
Yeah. So if you ever go on a world tour, world travel,
world tour.
yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think will be your first destination?
I feel like I really want. I don't really have a destination in mind, but if I were to like pick a destination, I would like want to go to South India.
Oh.
Yeah, like South India or Western America.
Yeah, I think South India is in like
Yeah.
since we live in Asia, I think Asia is a really good place to start with your first destination and
Asia
all.
is so diverse. The thing is, like you can like have the taste of the world. You can have the taste of the whole world in just our Asian country,
Yeah.
Asian continent alone.
There's so many people with so
Mhm.
many different cultures, so many different thinking, and it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I feel like every country, every place has so much to offer to you. Like everyone is so diverse, everyone is so different from each other. It's amazing.
What do you think is your dream country actually? I wanted to ask you this.
Dream country for traveling purpose.
Yeah, for enjoying traveling, anything. For reading a book while you're at it,
Oh,
anything.
I don't know. Like I want to travel to so many places for different purposes, like for different reasons. Like some places have like great mountains, some places have great like beach views, some places have great people, great food. I want to travel to so many countries. I feel like if I were to just like go to one country, I would go to India.
Really, you pick India?
Yeah, because the thing is, India and Nepal kind of share similar, culture and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I told you I was really interested in movies, right?
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, I used to watch a lot of movies, Indian movies, especially South Indian movies.
Oh.
So I really want to visit the south of India. You know what, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka,
Yeah.
and what other place, Kerala.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to visit those
Kerala's banana chips.
Yeah, Kerala is such a beauty. Kerala is called God's own country for a reason, I feel like.
It's called God's own country.
Yeah, Kerala is nicknamed God's own country.
Because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Like it's like the same place, like in summer it's like completely drought, there is no water, right? And in
Yeah.
winter the same place turns into a swimming pool. Not in winter,
Wow.
monsoon.
It's so vast and so
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, like I feel like South India is really has a lot of things to offer. And not only South India, India in general, like so much, like there's so much diversity, like from over there, Bengali, Ladakh people, and Uttar Pradesh. Down we go to Madhya Pradesh and Haryana, Punjab, everything in the south of India, Odisha. There's so much to offer. So
Yeah,
I would
and
definitely want to travel
One of
there.
its one of its places, it's like listed on the Seven Wonders. That's really cool.
Yeah, India is a great place if you want to start traveling as a Nepali traveler.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it will be more budget friendly for you as well, and more like safe, because you really know that cultural similarities, the cultural differences. So like yeah, it's a great place to start if you really want to travel.
Yeah. So while you're traveling,
Yeah.
what do you think? This is a theoretical question.
Okay.
If you were traveling and if you could only take one thing with you, what would you take?
If I was traveling, I could take only one thing. I would take my phone.
You take your phone.
No, because listen, it's 21st century. Everything is within there, right? So I can have online banking there. I can have Google Maps over there. I can do online shopping over there. If I have to buy something, everything is in there in that small device. So like,
That's true.
yeah, I feel like everyone should take it because someone might say money, but money is in the phone as well. Someone might say clothes, food. If you have money, you can buy anything. It doesn't matter.
True that.
Yeah.
So, like, since we're talking about phones and how it has such a big impact on us right now, do you think we're really dependent on AI and we should be this dependent on AI, or
Yeah, I feel like this AI topic, especially in like those creative writing stuff, I feel like we really are dependent on AI. Not only in AI, I feel like our creativity has kind of died off, from like the last years. From I feel like the 10th grade, like 5 years earlier of us, they were definitely more creatively intelligent. They were more creatively vast learned than us because I feel like our creativity died somewhere, in the lockdown era. It just like
yeah,
didn't really progress from there. So our creativity level is still stuck in grade 5 or something. So
that's
yeah.
I agree with that so much because ever since lockdown, everything we had was on our phones, right? Like
Yeah.
everything, like now the person who I am, who you are, it's all
Yeah.
because of our phones, right?
Yeah, it really makes a personality of its own for
Yeah,
us.
it changes everyone's mindset so much. It has such a big impact on everyone.
Yeah, it is really like a shape shifter,
Yeah,
like it just makes us such a different person. Like I feel like when you're consuming content on your phone, you just become a whole different person in like just a week span of time.
but it's not only the bad aspects,
No, no.
right? Like there's so many good things you can do. You can literally do anything on your phone if you
Yeah.
have it. If you have the technology, if you have the knowledge to do it, like you can read a book that's not gonna even
Yeah.
come out. That's not coming out like next year. You can read it on there, and that's
Yeah.
really cool about.
Shreya, like I read like 3 books in 2 days, right? And on my phone, and I was like, yeah, I was really consumed by the book so much that it would like stayed in my bed all day. It's like read. Yeah, I feel like I could be an obsessive reader sometimes, but that was just like a
Yeah,
one-time
but
thing.
you could be an obsessive reader, but then again, like after a certain amount of time, like you go into a reading
Yeah,
slump.
I
Yeah.
was about to mention that. I feel like all of us readers have experienced a reading slump once in their life, where like you
Yeah.
just can't read, you just can't get yourself to read anymore.
That's like, I don't know if it's something like everyone goes through. I'm pretty sure it is because
Yeah.
it's so common. Like everyone I ask, they're like, "Yeah, I've been in one." So yeah, I think reading slump is one of, like, it's a part of reading and learning new things, right?
Yeah, like I mean, reading is also a journey. It's also a process. There's obviously gonna be ups and down, and I feel like when you're in a reading slum, you just like realize the true importance. Like how much fun you had, how much stuff you learned while you were actually reading, and you just like want to go back to it more than ever. So like it is a learning process.
Are there any books that put you in a reading slump?
I don't really particularly remember any because the last time I was in a reading slum was in grade 6.
That's a really long time ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I used to read a lot till grade 5, but like grade 6 and 7, the lockdown era, I didn't really read much. But then again, in grade 8, I picked up reading by reading Harry Potter, and then I finished the whole 7 books in like 1 month, right? And like, yeah, the thing is, if I start reading, I can't just like close my book. So like, I finished the Harry Potter book number 6 in 2 days.
You finished it in 2 days?
Yeah, like I just like continuously read it, okay, because I thought that was so interesting. I just couldn't put the pages back down. So yeah, that was the thing. And after grade 7, I haven't gone back to reading slum, but I have gone to like, I don't know if it's there, if it's a thing, but what do you call it? Art slum or something?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
they're called.
But like, when you were in a reading slump, right?
Yeah.
Like, were you like, did your brain ever think like, oh my god, I should definitely get back to it, but your body
Yeah.
just couldn't?
The thing is, if you like suddenly leave something that you're like such a deep keen interest and passion in, obviously your body will like reject the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like I stopped drawing and painting like from like a long time ago, right? And I always like feel that sudden urge, like, oh, I should wake up, I should start painting, I should do that, I should do this. And like I try to learn, I bring myself to it, I bring like all the necessary items, but then I just can't show up because that exists.
Yeah,
That's the concept.
that's reading slump and art slump is actually one of the meanest things that our body does to us, because like when you want to get back to it, you physically can, you mentally can, and it's
You're like physically ready, you just want to do it, you just want to go back to it, but mentally you are not prepared enough, and mentally you're just like, oh, I can't do this, this is not for me, kind of stuff.
yeah. But you really want to do it at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like it's your passion at the end of the day, anyways.
I feel like if it is our passion, then we have to go back to it. There is no other way. We can't just be in the slum forever and ever.
That's true.
Yeah.
So being in a reading slump, has our school's library helped you out in any ways?
Yeah. That's the reason how I got. That's the point how I got out of my reading slump, because in grade 6 and 7 we didn't really have physical classes, right? And at home I didn't used to read much books. I just used to do the schoolwork, then I used to just go out and play the whole day, right? I used to do those. I used to play badminton a lot, so like I didn't really get back to reading or drawing, anything like that. But after our school started in grade 8, I really started reading so much, and I feel like one of the main reasons I started reading so much in grade 8 was definitely you, Shreya.
Because of me.
Yeah, because I started reading in grade 8, I remember, but like you recommended me a lot of books. I remember you took me to the library and you were like, oh, you should read this, you should read that. So like I'm really thankful for you.
Wow, I'm really grateful to have shared this opportunity, bro. I'm really grateful that you think of me in this way.
No, I mean, I should think of you in this way because honestly, Shreya, I think you're such a great person. The better reader you are even better as a person and then better as a friend. I really like you.
Thank you so much. That really helped me out, man.
Yeah.
So like our library is so vast, right?
Yeah.
Like it ranges from Harry Potter to like philosophy and literature and like mental stability. It's so crazy. Do you have anything thoughts about our library?
Our library is great. It's really awesome. Our school is doing a great job at providing the books, content for us,
Yeah.
So, I'm really thankful for the library, the librarian ma'am, and everyone, to be honest.
Yeah, everyone is so helpful in the library. They're so like
respectful.
Yeah, they're so respectful. They're so humble. They're so down to earth, and they know most of the books. They know so much about books, and it's really nice having someone like this at our school.
It feels like it has cultivated a great environment when you're like surrounded by people who love to read as equally as you.
Yeah.
So you're just like more even inspired, more motivated by them. Okay, so
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Yes.
So, anyways, nothing more about books. So, what do you rate your school life, not school life, like your social life, your friend life, your family life on a daily basis? Like, has it changed from when you were in ninth?
Yeah, it has changed a lot. Like a drastic change is what I observed right now. I feel like one of the main reasons for this is definitely the time. Yeah, because like I have to wake up at like 4:30 and like I get home at like 7. So like I spend like the vast majority of my day of my time in the school only.
Yeah.
So I haven't really gotten to spend much time at home, like quality time. Obviously I get to spend time with my family, but it's not really the quality time I want, so like it's a drastic change. But like friends, I feel like it's still the same, maybe even might be better because we spend so much more time with each other now.
You spend 12 hours with each other. That's crazy.
I spent 14 hours if we count the the bus hours, because I have friends in the transportation as well, and like we are together all the time, so like 14 hours.
But you spend more time with your friends than you do with your family these days.
Yeah, I think it's obvious. I feel like each of us does that now.
Yeah, like 10th grade is a big deal. Obviously, it's the right thing to do, right? Right thing to spend your time at school studying.
Yeah, I'm so excited now that you mentioned it. 10th class is gonna be over. There's gonna be holidays. I have made so many plans. You know what plans I have made, Shreya?
Tell me all about your plans.
Okay, so like I don't really have like that specific plans, but one of the plans that I really want to achieve is that I am gonna be volunteering in school.
Whoa.
I'm gonna be going to volunteer in a government school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is crazy. This is huge.
It's not really a huge deal, but it's something I really wanted to do ever since a child, right? I feel like I I would love other people to learn by me, by the sources that I provide. So like, I want to volunteer in a government school. I will be doing that. Then I will be joining like art workshops and all, because I really want to get out of my slum era,
Yeah.
and like I will be focusing on that, like just recreational activities, just activities of me.
So, will you have anyone to
Yeah.
accompany you, or are you just gonna do it all alone,
And the
solo?
thing is, the stuff I mentioned, right, the workshops and the volunteering, I'm going to be doing alone. But besides that, I'm going to be having my friends to accompany me. We're going to be going on hikes, roaming around, like just
Wow,
traveling.
you're gonna reconnect with the nature. Yeah, in 3 months, you're gonna have.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with your friends.
Yeah, because obviously that's the time to have fun with your friends, because you're all gonna move to different parts of your life, and like you might. It's not like you're never gonna see them again, but it's like it will be different.
So, like, we're both gonna be complete strangers. I'm pretty sure, right?
Don't say that.
I mean, not like that, but
Yeah.
it's we're gonna be going to different schools. We won't have the same classes. We won't have the same lunch breaks. We won't have the same books to bond over.
Yeah, and like
So
I might never meet you in the library ever
yeah,
again.
we might never we might never giggle about books again. So it's a really big deal.
It is a big deal. That's why I'm so nervous yet so excited about this whole thing.
Do you think you'll have a lot of fun in 11th and 12th?
Well, I think I will, because I feel like in 11, 12, you kind of get more freedom than you are given in grade
Yeah.
10. Like, not only by the school faculty, but also your family, because now you have passed your school.
Yeah, you're grown
levels.
up now.
Yeah, no matter how much grown up you are, family still views you as a baby, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you'll have somewhat more freedom over yourself than you have right now, and your family will trust you more. That's what I feel like.
Do you think you'll still be like a reader and a writer you are like when you're in
Yeah.
12th and 11th?
Yeah, I'm never gonna be reading. I'm never gonna be stopped. I'm never gonna stop reading and writing, because I feel like that's what defines me. So like,
Yeah.
I can just let a huge chunk of my identity just go and like dissolve around somewhere. I can't do that.
But if you ever like, for example, if you
Yeah.
ever left reading and writing, what do you think would be the only cause for it, like the sole cause?
Let's see. I feel like the ideas would never be a problem, because you can just write about anything. You just like write about anything, so that won't be a problem. But I feel like maybe time, not even time, because right now also we don't really have much time, but like I still managed to write somehow. Oh, I think motivation. I feel like if you like
Oh,
just like
yes.
lose the motivation, then you just can't get back to it. Like reading slum. I think writing
Yeah.
slum like that.
Yeah, writing slum. I'm pretty sure writing slum's gonna be a thing sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean it is already in so many individuals, because you mentioned AI. You just like write from AI, you just like copy from there, and you're just like, oh yeah, my work's done. But if you, yeah, I think that's gonna be a main reason for a lot of writing slump, because you just like lose the creativity you have in some point of your life over there. So
Yeah. So since you said you're gonna do so many things in after 10th grade, like
yeah.
in the holidays, right? Do you think you'll spend more time with your family, or will you just be out like following your dreams because
Mhm.
the school's ended, right?
I think I would want to go with option two, because I have to explore. I have to see what the world is actually all about before like kind of like entering the real world or something
Yeah.
like that. Because that's the time that's provided to me, so I could like look around for myself and like actually know what's the world is all about. Shreya.
Yeah, I totally get it. Like
Yeah, I'm
I
glad.
would I would definitely encourage you to do it by yourself because that's the only time you're gonna be left alone. Like after that, you're gonna start your studies once again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hectic once again, and yeah. So
Yeah, you're gonna start 11, 12, then you're gonna give your board exams,
that
then you're gonna study higher education and stuff. No,
yeah,
it's
high
really.
school will be over.
Yeah, high school will be over.
Oh.
We're in our second year of high school already.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's gonna be over soon, and it ticks by so fast. Like
Yeah, you don't even know. You just like close your eyes one day, next day you wake up and you're like second year of high school.
exactly. So
Crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's exactly. It's
Yes.
crazy. So, anyways,
Yeah.
like, do you have any other things you wanna do, or are you just gonna be taking part in social activities, doing arts?
I will. I don't really know what else I could do. I mean, yeah, other than spending quality time with my friends and doing the stuff I mentioned to you, I feel like quality time with family is also one of a great deal, and I'll spend time with them as well. And another thing I want to do is I want to learn madal.
You
How
want to learn model?
I want to learn how to play madal, because I feel like, during the process of modernization we kind of lost the track to our
Yeah.
roots. And like madal is like such a culturally rooted thing in Nepali society.
Yeah.
And like I definitely want to learn it, and like kind of like trace back to where we come from, what we do.
Yeah, model is a really cool instrument.
I,
And I see people playing it in the morning assembly, and
yeah.
I think it's so cool. Like the beats sound so fantastic, and everything just syncs well just
Yeah.
because of model.
Madal is look baja. It's like
Yeah.
one of those. So like, yeah, it obviously has a great importance. It obviously holds a great importance, especially when you're like doing like lok nritya, looks geet and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I want to learn it for that reason, because another reason because I want to learn it is because my mother,
Yeah.
she plays it. My mother, I told you about my mother plays a lot of musical instruments. She dances so well.
Wow.
So like
She sounds so fun.
yeah, she is, because like she writes, she sings, she plays a lot of musical instruments, she dances, and then she's so intelligent and talented. She does her work so well. She's an officer, right? Government officer.
Yeah.
She's like she's
She's
all
a
that.
government officer. That's
Yeah, she's education officer.
I can see why you're so cool, because your mother, I think she has made a lot of impact on you, just like you told me.
Yeah.
And everything you do, definitely see reflected on you. Like,
Yeah, a lot of people say that I have to be like my mother, right? But like, I would love to be like my mother, but the thing is, I don't think I can ever achieve the greatness that she has achieved in her life. So like,
yeah. Does your mother read the same books as you, or
my mother reads a lot. I got the habit from my mother only. Like, I used to go over to her place, and like she has like tons of books stacked on top of each other. Like Nepali literature books.
yeah,
And like I just read from there only. And she writes poems, she writes songs, and like she when I was a little kid, she was like record song in cassettes, and like she really was like
wow.
someone who really really inspired me, and she still does.
Still should, because
Yeah.
that's like playing instruments, knowing about so much, being in the politics. Wow, it's just not politics, but
Yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think you'll ever publish your writing, or will you just keep it in your diary?
I don't think my writing has that level of greatness to be published. I wrote a poem called Shreya, and it is about your writing, your piece of literature not being good enough, not being good enough. Like it is deemed to be not written by someone worthy. Like that's literally like the whole title of my poem. So like I think it's not really. I wouldn't ever like publish my book or anything like that. It's just a hobby that I hold within myself. I will continue writing in the future. There's no doubt in that. But I don't think I will ever do like a professional stuff on that.
So you don't ever reckon you'll publish it? Do you show your writing to your friends, or
No,
do you not?
I just write to myself.
Wow,
I
that's
just write for myself.
that's more like cooler, because you know what you're feeling, and
Yeah.
you don't show it to anyone else, because what if they judge you, right?
The thing is, I'm not scared of people judging me, right? But like, if they want to read it, fine. But I don't want them to read it. Like, I don't want them to read it. Yeah. But if you want to read it, fine. There's no problem, because that's what I've written. That's what I think of myself. That's what I think of things. If they want to read that, if they want to understand it, if they want to dive deeper, no problem. I don't see a problem. You can go for it. But I don't really want to get it on a level that everyone can have access to it. Everyone can see what I feel. Everyone can see what I think. I don't want that. I don't want to be an open book. I want to be closed.
Yeah, you don't want to keep your chapters shut, right?
I want to keep my chapters. I just want the people that I am very close to who they can turn pages over my book, but not the people who I'm not really.
Yeah. There's a saying, right? People who mind don't matter. People who don't matter don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I really think. Yeah.
Yeah. So since we've talked about books, your path, your dream, your
Yeah.
role model, and Nepali literature, Nepali writers, English writers, do you have anything else to say?
Well, so I think we're gotten to the ending. Am I
Yeah.
right? Okay. So like, anything else I want to say? I don't really have much to say, but I want to say that if you have something to say, you should say it. You should go for it.
Don't hesitate, right?
Yeah. There's no point in hesitating in life. You only live once, so like it won't really matter in 1 year or 2 year. It's just like there are 8 billion people in the world. You're
Yeah.
just one of them. There are like 100 something countries in the world. You're just like living in one of them. Among that, Nepal as well, there are so many cities. You're living in one of them. You are a very, very tiny portion of the world. I'm sure your actions won't matter, but like but you should know your actions do have consequences and you have to act accordingly. But yeah, just live freely. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I think our time has come to
Yeah.
bid our goodbyes. So that was it for the Babylon Kidcast for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye.